Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Well, welcome to this special edition here on Traverse TV. I'm so honored and delighted to bring up a man who is a true game changer, Tom Chesser, who today on our broadcast is going to interview me. I'm Dr. Jody Baron, known as America's top foundational health coach of over 4 decades, where I've created 1 million pounds of toxic fat loss. In the COVID culture, over 3,000 have reclaimed, regained, and restarted their life because health isn't something you do. It's what you become along life's journey. And as I know with my weight loss clients, they say no food tastes as good as health feels. And guess what? The next health, the next life reclaim, the next weight loss pound can be yours. But today, I have the auspicious honor and privilege to be interviewed by Tom Chesser of Rise Up Marketing and Media. He's going to interview me because my book, The 21 Days to Your Best You Keys for a Life of Excellence, is coming out. It is coming out Thursday on the 17th. It's already been downloaded on Amazon. So I want to welcome and introduce to you the man behind the pages, the man behind the marketing, the man behind all things created. As I say, I shrink people in weight, but he blows people up. Tom, you are the grit, the brains, and the innovation behind Traverse TV, and you certainly are the brains behind that latest magazine cover of me. And I'm eternally grateful to just be interviewed on my own show. This is so much fun.
Jody. I'll tell you what, Dr. Jody, it's always fun to hang out with you. You're a bundle of excitement and energy and everything else. You keep me healthy just by speaking to me. That's kind of an amazing deal. I mean, recently I went through COVID and I had a situation where I had a bursting headache that wouldn't go away. It was a migraine headache. And then all of a sudden, guess what? I get a package delivered to my doorstep with your name on it, where you send me things that could actually take it away. And when I took that, all natural thing that you sent me, unbelievable. I don't know what all in there, but I'm telling you what, I'm not the scientist behind this, but I'm telling you what, that went away immediately. So the power
we call it healthy tequila.
Healthy tequila. Well, it really made me high in the situation that automatically the headache disappeared. I was able to focus a little bit better to get things done because I'm always on the run. Yes. And it's always fun hanging out with people that are powerful like you are in your field of expertise for health and fitness. That's why Traverse TV loves you so much. That's why you have Healthopedia. I mean, you're a world book of knowledge, of information, everything healthy, everything natural. As a practitioner of all natural medicine, I mean, unbelievable. What you have to share is a dynamics of its own to take care of so many problems that people face today. And that's what I really want to give you honor today. I know we were originally going to talk about you, and then I said, hey, we're going to talk about you. Yeah, I'm going to interview you. Because just recently I featured you in Business Innovators magazine to over 23 million subscribers. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to showcase the power of what you're doing overall. Overall of what you're doing. I mean, that's one of the covers that I originally created. Then I created the other cover for Healthy, that I put on the article.
Who creates that good stuff? Who creates that but Tom Chesser?
I don't know.
I mean, come on. I just had to give you honor for these wonderful, wonderful covers. Okay, continue.
It's out of that sick mind of Tom Chesser, It's just, but, I really want to get down to the crux of things with you because you've already talked about how that you've been healing people, the amount of people. But can we talk real first? I want to talk about the book. We're launching the book here in a couple of days. It's going to be an amazing event. I'm inviting everybody. I mean, you got some major speakers you got there. I'll be there. Whatever you need, I'm always there for you. Tell me what really motivated 21 days. I could have thought of 10 days, 5 days, 6 days, 30 days. 21 days. Why 21 days? What significance does that have on my health? And what do you feel like that can do for me in that time frame.
21 days. I got some news for you, Tom. Did you know that both men and women are on a cycle? For real. Women know their menstrual cycle, but humankind has a cycle, and it's a circadian rhythm of 21 days. You've heard the saying, Tony Robbins made it popular in the early 80s about that 21 days to make or break a habit. And but it's because of the reticular activating system and circadian rhythms. It's how the mind, body, the reticular activating system, your third eye, your chakra, the way you visualize, the way you feel things kinesthetically, and then the way you hear things. That is your reticular activating system. It happens in 3 phases, which is a prime number. Then 21 divided into 7. If you divide 3 into 21, I should say, then you get 7. And those 7 days are a cycle. Our Creator created the world in 7 days. So then you take that divine number of 3 times 7, which is 21, your human, both men and women's cycle to make or break and create a new habit. That is your circadian rhythm.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like the long explanation of that, but taking these 21 days that you have put in this book, and if people follow that footprint and chart their 21 days, because that book's just not a book, it's a manual. It's a manuscript towards health and life and fitness.
And it's true, because you see, I've divided it then up into three simple sections, okay? And it is 7 days of you and you, because it starts with you. When you heard my intro, there is hope. See, it's the hope that's within it. We go down into ourselves to create something within ourselves. You're the only person that will never leave you. And you're also president of You Incorporated. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a CEO of a software, if you're somewhere in between, a solopreneur, megapreneur, you are president of You and You. Then you go into 7 days of you and others. See, when you get yourself, your core essence correct, then you go into you and others, into relationships. It's spelled REAL, relationships, being real. Then the last 7 days, you and your world, to really be a world changer.
Yeah, you broke it up perfectly. And I love the idea of what you took this book to accomplish and how you did that. So it's about me, and it's about others, and it's about my world, and how I function on all 3 levels. And that's beautiful to me, because that is really what humanity today really needs to understand. It is about me. It's about others. It's about the world that we live in, and providing healthy relationships. And I like that in the book. When you went into relationships and that kind of deal, I was like, okay, hey, this is pretty cool. Now I can slide this book to my wife and I say, honey, this can help our relationship.
Yes.
So it really has a dichotomy of different scenarios for everyday life. And that's what I really admired about your book. And I know it's going to be a huge success very here shortly. I just haven't begun to see it. I've already encouraged on all my social media for people to go and jump in and pre-order the book. And before I end that little phrase, how do they pre-order the book real fast? Just give me how they pre-order the book.
And your energy, you know what's happening? My contact is going nuts over here. I mean, it's just like my eyes are watering, because I'm feeling your excitement as well, Tom. So they can pre-order the book. They can go to my website. And the reason that this is so important is that I'd like to just backtrack and kind of set up what happened, because it's all about obstacles turned into opportunities. Isn't that life, Tom?
Absolutely.
Obstacles turned into opportunities. And I'm going to put up here, they can go to my website, drjodi.com, and to order our book. And the reason I'm calling it our book, Tom, is I got a download from the universe in the mid-90s. Wow. I got a download that I was to do this. You see, I was a single mom with 15 and 17. Those are the ages of my sons, but there were also their shoe sizes. They're very large men now. Okay. And it's like, I was surprised when my third grandson, who is 13, he said, Mom, Mom just measured me, and far more. I'm Swedish for father's mother. that's my background. I'm Scandinavian. So they call me Far More. Guess what, Tom? You can use this in your marketing because everybody has always said that I'm far more than they'd ever imagined. Okay. So they said far more. I'm 6 feet tall at 13. He said, are you surprised? I said, no, your dad's 6'5". So back to the story of the 90s, my paycheck when I was working and pouring myself into this company went from 5 figures, and the first number in the equation was not 1, it was 3 per month. Okay. So I was making great money, $500,000 a year. Then all of a sudden the company reorganized. It was in that downturn because this is a volatile time right now in 2023, Tom. They went ahead and we had this downsizing. My paycheck went to $3,000. They took out a comma. And I thought that's not even going to pay for their feed at Sam's Club or Walmart. It's just not going to, or Bilo, because they were just big guys, ate a lot. Obstacles turned into opportunities. I thought, why don't I pour into everything that I know that I did for them into me? So remember, did you have AOL, Tom?
Yes, I did.
So we had AOL, we have dial-up, we have one computer down in the basement. I wrote this manuscript out in 21 different components because I knew Handel wrote The Messiah, which is a miracle musical, just a genre, a classic, eternal classic, in 21 days. I thought, I can write this in 21 days. Why don't I call it 21 days? And that coursework was bought and elevated into what became an 8-figure-a-year company within 2 years. And then I took this 21-day concept to Fortune 500, 150 companies, the Department of Defense, and over 200 NCAA institutions within a decade.
Amazing. You know, when the obstacle turns into an opportunity, it multiplies itself exponentially. It's not something that you get in just a little bit, you get it multiplied. That's the reason I always teach people, and I still teach people today, that, you know, the story of the calculator. I told you about the story of the calculator, right? How that the teacher handed me a calculator and she put 2 times 2 and wanted me to come up with the answer being 4. And being on the army little guy that I am, I basically took the calculator, I had it, and I kept hitting 2 times 2 times. And you know what happens to a calculator when you take it and you keep hitting it? It multiplies. It multiplies until it goes to all 9s, and then it goes to all black, and the calculator is broken. She screamed at me. Stop hitting the button. You're going to break my calculator. So 2 times 2 is not 4. 2 times 2 could be 3,684,000. You know, if you just keep hitting the button. So don't become less than the sum of what God intended you to be. I tell people that all the time, understanding that what your obstacle now is an opportunity, but that opportunity is something that can grow beyond imagination. And you've been doing that. I have watched you. I have been with you. I have seen you. You're now on Traverse TV. You know, and I'm glad to have you there. I'm so excited you'd be on the network with me. But the situation is, you brought so much into this already. That's amazing that you have your own network, that you're promoting all the stuff that you do. Monday's Life Shake Moments. I mean, you got unbelievable, you know, the transformational and everything else. How does it feel? And I really want to ask you this question, okay? How does it really feel to have that much superpower, doing so much in the framework that you're doing it in? How does that feel?
I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I just know that I'm doing the work that I was called to do. I mean, for real. I take satisfaction with job well done. When I saw the picture and you said it's a power stance, and it was this power stance here, it felt good, you know. And I did a little ego pat. But I go back to Abraham Maslow. I talk about him 3 times in the book, our book. Remember, the universe gave me a download, and I just was here to do the work. See, the universe, I'll come back there, gave me a download. I didn't even know it. When I was a 25-year-old young wife, we were going to have our first child. I had a bun in the oven, and I went to a little HE League meeting. Now, Tom, now that I'm 60, I have somewhat of a filter. When I was in my 20s, I had 0. This is what happened. Because, ladies and gentlemen, somebody's going to hear this, and you're going to say, gee, can I do this? Can I make a difference in the world? Can I? And the answer is yes. As Tom said, keep hitting the button. Keep hitting the button. This is our theme here. I love that. I got a download when you said this because I'm at this Little HG League meeting. I'm looking all these pregnant and new mothers, and I looked at the dining room table with no filter at 25. Remember what I said? I said, so we're going to put that. I'm looking at the dining room table into this. I see two food groups. And the food groups were additives and preservatives. Oh, there were nachos, there were cheese, there were M&Ms, brownies, Coca-Cola. Okay, I tell the story in our book about Coca-Cola, but it's not about the drink. Okay, so what happened is that I did not know that I'd made this comment, Tom, to the president of the La Leche League International, and she got in my face and she said, "So, if you're so smart, why don't you do something about it?" Now, if somebody challenges me, I'm going to go do it. And guess what? I went ahead and I wrote the nutritional protocols for La Leche League International 43 years later. My son is turning 43 tomorrow at this broadcast on the 12th of May. And guess what? Those nutritional protocols for expectant and breastfeeding mothers are still in their protocol today because guess what? She challenged me. I went and got my first health coaching certificate. The rest is history.
You know, that's it. I love it when you rise to a challenge. And that's why I said superpowers, right? Because a superhero is somebody that sees a need, finds a solution, and saves the day. And you have taken your whole entire career, everything you've done to solve problems, to provide solutions and save the day for so many people, including myself. I will have to testify to that effect. So having those powers and turning them in to transformational experiences for people to stay healthy, to be healthy, to remain healthy, to continue their healthy journey in life, to be a better person. And I think that's kind of what the whole deal is. Best you, right? Best you. Yeah. And I love the idea that it's for me, but it's for you, but it's for all of us. And one story that I found very interesting that you shared with me was the story of you and your husband, because recently you had the hurricane in Florida that actually messed up your house. I mean, took the roof off your house. It put water into your house. It flooded your house. It literally, unbeknown to you guys until later, it caused toxic mold in your house. And all of a sudden, from my experience in talking to you, and I heard this and I'm thinking, whoa, the degree of toxicity that was in your house was able to kill many human beings.
Yes. And almost killed us.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So the situation is that people looked at you and said, Jody Bayer, why are you and your husband not dead? What's wrong with what? Well, you had to come back and say, we're living this healthy lifestyle because of what I teach and what I eat and what I do. You know, there's a lot of people out there, and it says, physician, heal thyself. A lot of people don't take their own advice. A lot of people don't live up to who they say they are, but you practice what you preach and you preach what you practice. And to me, that's a testimonial of a real transformational leader, or in my words, a superhero. And I hope I got that story totally correct. But, you know, I was impressed. I was extremely impressed that you were able to do that, because both of you guys, honestly, could have been dead had it not been for what you've already created in your lives. Is that correct?
Oh, totally correct. And Tom, you see, things take a crack. It was insidious. We only had 4 tiles that came off of our roof. Only 4. These tiled roofs in Florida. We got it fixed, we thought. But the roofers took a shortcut around, didn't replace the waterproofing underneath the roof. And so it's slowly over 3 months. And what I was feeling, Tom, and this is what I really want to empower and impart this practice, because I do preach. I practice what I preach, and I preach what I practice. I love that. It shows that you are a preacher man yourself, Tom. But the thing that happened in December, I was noticing that there was kind of a funky smell in my closet. I'm thinking, oh, it's been warm this winter. Put some lavender, some essential oils in it. Didn't think about it. Then I saw just a slight mark on the master bathroom ceiling. Just, those things where you ignore, you do a fight or flight. You say, oh, I'm going to get it later. Because, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the warning signs of your body. It's a tap on the shoulder. It's the 2x4. Lest you get to a Mack truck. And what the 2x4 was saying, there's something wrong. Now, I always go back to my detoxing and cleansing because I do this. I do a parasite protocol. We call it Pristine Clean. I know that you and your wife are going to start this. This is the next round. And we do these systematic things that are just like my 10 rituals to rock your day. It's an ebook you can get on my website. It is just really, really an all-in thing. This is what I preach, what I practice, but I practice what I preach this every single day. Well, what happened was I did this detox. And I'm telling you, I felt worse. Okay, I've got to go into this a little bit because this is a really big deal. 73% of us live below the Mason-Dixon line and have mold in their home. The other 27% are in confined quarters and can create mold in the heating system. This is not something to ignore. So I did my master cleanse, felt worse. I thought, well, maybe it's my liver because I'd been under a lot of stress with the hurricane, doing things. I had a slight fender bender that ended up being a big hairy deal with my neck. So I was dealing with some personal physical issues. Did the liver cleanse. I was worse, Tom.
Oh my goodness.
I had rapid weight gain. I had brain fog and my hair was starting to fall out.
Uh-oh.
And that's why you wear a hat. I didn't want to look like you and have to wear a hat. So what?
Here's how I look without a hat, folks. Okay, now you know why she said that. Okay,
because I just didn't want to be a bald woman. But what happened is that I listened to the warning signs of my body, but it wasn't working. You see, when I cleansed, this is why it's not a DIY. Do it yourself.
Right.
ChatGPT is good for some things, not your health. Because what happened when I detoxed that one particular organ, it let all the mold toxicity go systematically into a systemic problem in every organ of my body. When we had the test, I was 92% affected by 5 moles and all the spike proteins and penicillins. My husband was 98%. And guess what? When it's 100, we just wouldn't have woken up. It was that serious. Yeah.
That's amazing to me that, you got that close to it, but still with what you've been doing has made a difference in your life and will continue to make a difference in your life. So, that's why, I listen to you. When I need advice, I come to you. When I need something, I come to you. I have other people that also, natural health practitioners and do things, but, I love, for your Foundational Health by Jody Bear. I love that. I love everything you're doing, and I'm really going to ask the question because I think we're going to run out of time here shortly, but ask you, what's the next for you? What goes next for you? Because you've done so much. We did the hurricane relief fund deal, and you did 48 hours nonstop with a neck injury. That's what you're talking about, that car accident? Nobody ever knew that you were in that much pain. They didn't know that Jody Bear had been hurt, and Jody Bear was bearing through, pardon the pun, but Jody Bear was bearing through the pain in order to provide health stuff for other people, or healing or foundational health for other people that were going through the same situation as you were. So what's open the door, crack it open just a little bit more. And what's next for Jody?
Okay, well, the thing that I'm so happy to say, I was bringing up the slide, but it didn't come up. So I'm just going to tell you about it. What we're going to be doing, our book is being launched on the 17th. You can go, and why this is really important, to pick up a book copy right now and where I want you to go is to drjody.com. Why? Because this is what's next. As you know, Ignite Publishing, the publisher of my book, it was really a tragic loss the first week in April. Now, if you've never done a book, I'm going to give you some information. If you have, you feel my pain of what I'm just talking about here. 90% of all the work on a book is graphics at the last 90 days. I was all done. We were going to launch on the 5th of May. And Danya Safar, the genius, the graphic genius behind Ignite Publishing, was tragically killed in a hotel fire. She and 6 of her girlfriends in Montreal. There was no escape. And as we picked ourselves off the floor with grief, and Danya and I have been working together like 3 times a week for 6 months, she'd become like my daughter to me. And Tom, this is going to ring a heartstring with you because of being such a big component of Money and You, and with Dame Doria Cordova and everything she does for humanity that way. We went ahead, and the song by John Denver, that is one of our keynote pieces at Money and You, It's About Time. It's about it's about winning. It's about now. And I had done a voiceover for Danya. Being a classically trained vocal musician, I had done a voiceover with John Denver just for her. I got into the studio, done the voiceover, and I was going to give it to her as a tribute at the end in May when the book launched. And for some reason, the end of March, Tom, I said, I want you to do this. It was the last time I saw her, Tom. I went ahead and we sang it. I sang it with John. I sang it again. And then she said, can I sing with you? It was such a soulful moment. I said, now, Danya, you got to come back because we've got a lot of work to do. And she never did. So when we knew that she had passed, and JB Owen does these schools of hope all over the globe. And I said to JB, the CEO of Ignite, I said, JB, I know you're building the next school in Cambodia. Do you know anybody in Cambodia? And she said, no. I said, well, you know a little girl in Pakistan, don't you, that was born and raised, came to Canada to seek her fortune. Why don't we build a school for young children in Pakistan, in Danya's hometown? And that's what we're doing. So what we talk about an obstacle turned into an opportunity. This is an opportunity. How did I know that a little girl, a brown-eyed, brown-haired, ponytail girl from Montana would have the fortune to be involved to build a school in Pakistan for a brown-eyed girl named Danya Safar? So you can go to danyasafarmemorial.com.
Right.
You can give for the school. But what we're doing, we are 1/3 through. We are 13,000. We need 35,000.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
during this week, we are raising money through my book. This is why I put back up drjodi.com. Just take our word for it. The book's really good. It's 4 decades of as my husband called it, my magnum opus. But please buy the book. If you buy it from my website, there's more profit. Now I'm taking 50% of the profit, giving it to the School of Hope for Danya Safar.
Absolutely.
Now we're asking for the donations for the 2 events that we have on the 20th and the 21st. And we'll splice this into this recording. On the 20th, Tom, you're a blue. Don't we love to party? We love to party. We love to party. We love, yes. And you're a high I, this type of thing. So we're going to do on the 20th, friends and family, the 20th from noon to 2 for 2 hours. It's called The Life of a Party. What isn't your life a party? Make it a party.
Yeah,
and then we're going to give awareness.
Absolutely.
We're asking a minimum $25 donation. We want more, of course, when we come online to this. And then Traverse TV is going to host on the 21st, a Life of Excellence. This Life of Excellence, yours truly, you're going to be speaking. Of course, I'm so honored. But check this out, from 11 to 4 on Traverse TV. These are the people that are going to be speaking. 2 keynotes, Dr. Khalila Kamachi Ali, Muhammad Ali's wife,
Right.
Les Brown, you, of course, JB Owen. I'm going to host Jay Noland, executive coach, the wind between my wings, when I said he taught me about the creator, because without the creator, I'm nothing. Dr. Jim Marinakis, who is my guru for well over a decade and a half, is going to be talking on natural health. Doctors Mike Van Thielen, Dr. Michael Pierce, Brene Brown, CEO of Sober Living Center. Then we get into people such as Forbes Riley, Josh Payne, the financial fireman of all. We're going into, it just goes on and on and on. We have 20 speakers. Did I say it? It's 20 speakers? I'm pretty excited about this, because when I get excited about things like this, magic happens. It's just the way I work, because if I'm others driven, then my life happens. Manny Lopez is going to be there, of Network of Influence, from orphan to CEO. Kim Jacobs, who I'm a regular on her award-winning, she got a Telly Award for podcasting on her Kim Jacobs channel.
I hate to interrupt you. You're breaking up quite a bit right there on the broadcast.
Oh.
But that's okay, because I understand where you're coming from, because the minute she passed away in that fire, I wrote an article about, what I mean.
Yes, that's right, you did. Yes.
Over 375 major media networks have picked it up in one day. So the power of people doing what they do, and what she did for you and what she does for Ignite Publishing, what she did, as a young lady, beautiful graphic artist. I'm not kidding you. Her work is off the charts, really is. So she's a loss to everybody, but hopefully by building this School of Hope in her honor in Pakistan, and giving this opportunity for other kids to learn and be educated in the fashion that they need to be in is just a legacy of her life. And I really think that's an amazing deal that you're doing, that we're all doing, to promote her legacy of her life. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And see, and the idea, I know I'm interrupting. That's just me. But the point of the matter is with this book, we were able to recreate all of those graphics. So she's going to live on in the book, in our book. 99.99. I'm going to give honor to Jay Nolan and his graphic team for doing this with MIB Publishing. To think that two publishers can work together. Now, see, that's collaborative servitude and leadership. Right. Then we go ahead and take the proceeds of the book, put it in our book to going towards this. And then the wonderful, wonderful sponsors that are out there that are going to be sponsoring this Life of Excellence. If you're looking for a sponsorship opportunity, please go there. If you're looking for something to do to make a difference, if you want to give more, go to the Danya Safar memorial.com. We're going to make this live again. And then on the 17th, you go ahead and you can go to Amazon, you can go to my book, you can go and buy the book previously. On the 17th, you will have a 24-hour opportunity to download the Kindle version, the ebook, for free. When you do that, I would just ask that you write an honest review, nothing puffed up. Just tell me what you like about it. And, an ARC stands for, Tom, it stands for ARC, which is Advanced Reader Copy. JB and I made a joke about there's so much in our book. It's not an ark, it's a Noah's Ark. Because it's just so much. Yes. And then we're going to write a review, because our goal is to go international bestseller, not only in the United States and Canada. We know we could do it in Australia, New Zealand, UK, Germany. We've got to stretch to get there to France and Spain. We've got the Netherlands covered, and Japan and the Philippines. So if you know people in those countries, help us go global, because it's going to help with Danya. That's what I do. That's why we did Hurricane Ian. That's what I went. And I must say, when you ask me what's coming on, next for me, I'm going to go on healthopedia.net. Now it's the channel. Now it's a trademark, because guess who came into my life through another Trevor's person? I want to give honor to Dan Gilman. Guess what? Dr. Bernie Siegel not only came into my life, not only am I helping him collaborate and compile his memoirs. He's 93 years young. He has 5 children, and he had a desire. He wanted to talk to somebody, not something. And we've been doing this now. We have 25 hours of footage, I think almost 30 hours to put his memoirs together. But he said, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "Would you like to give me just an endorsement on my book?" Well, he endorsed me. He endorsed our book. But the Healthopedia, which is going to be this vision of Eastern medical people with expertise. You could tell your COVID experience and how it changed you and rearranged your health and vision. Then there are practitioners and famous people. Dr. Bernie Siegel is using his power, love, medicine, and miracles. If you are anyone, you know who Dr. Bernie Siegel is. But he is endorsing, he's helping us publicize the book out there. I believe it has a really good chance of being a New York Times bestseller, just because of a relationship. See, that's what you came into my life, Tom, and we are now developed a relationships. That's real relationships. That's being results-oriented, enthusiastic, attitude-driven in love. That's what real is. And when you do that in every relationship, it's real relationship. It's result-oriented with enthusiasm, because that's our creator within, having the right attitude coming from the heart in love. That's real relationship.
Yes, it is. Everything's real in a relationship if you have a relationship that is real. I want you to understand that. So whether that's with your creator, that would be your spouse, that would be your friends, that would be your associates, your business partners. As long as there's real in the relationship, there's a real relationship. And that's what I love about you, because, I've known you for a while now, and you're in Traverse TV. We've been together at Money and You, and we've hobnobbed among the stars and everything else. And so much is going on in your life and my life that have actually corresponded with each other to bring enlightenment to humanity for the cause of all of us, because I'm always going to tell you this, and I always say this, it's all of us, right? We are all on the spaceship Earth, and we need to help be part of that 100% for humanity without doing any ecological damage or disadvantage for anyone through our corresponding incorporation together.
Yes.
And so coming
Yes.
together with you is always exciting. It's always fun. I love you. You're doing a great job. I want you to keep it up, keep it up. And as we continue to promote and work together, I know that both of us and all of us working together can make a difference in our world today. So thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I want to just throw in a couple of other things with this Healthopedia because of relationships.
Okay.
Guess who's going to be writing in the book? One of the 42 authors. We were going to have 42 authors. It's just not a book, by the way. We're going to have a summit, and then we're taking it on the road. It's going to be the health version of the Real Success Tour. It's going to be the Health Success Tour.
Oh, wow.
And taking it around throughout North America and then creating a masterful mastermind. Don't you think that you can learn about your health? Because people have visions or whatever, but if you're not at optimal health, how well do you really work? And how far can you really push? You can't. You know why? Tom, you can't push through because we all have a finite amount of energy. You must be renewed and reinvented and revived. That's why Healthopedia. This is why our book has come out with what I was going to say. With these 6 pillars, Healthopedia is going to be there. Jason and Jeremy. Jason Estes, Jeremy Hoffman are going to be in the book. Olivia Pierce are going to be in the book. Thanks to you. Thanks to you, because it all works around. So I'll be looking for that in September for sure. But I want to just end with, I know we've just got a short amount of time and we will be finished, but we'll never be through. My whole philosophy and what I wrote my dissertation on was the history of the Kabbalah, of the 6 pillars of human existence to present day preventative health. Now, that was kind of a long title, so I thought maybe the 21 Days to Your Best You was better. What do you think? I think that was better.
But I still like, people like numbers. 6 pillars of human. I love that. I mean, that's going to be something else we got to talk about, right about. You know,
but these pillars are in 21 days. They're in Healthopedia. We will say that because of you. I just want to add this for real, Tom, and then we can wrap this up. Is that unless you've got some other things to say, which you so kindly do. But without people in a servant's heart position, that's why you were a great youth pastor. That's why you're always lifting people up. We wouldn't be where we are. I wouldn't be where I am, not in the front of business innovators. I'm going, when I showed this to my husband, he said, "Who is that?" I said, "It's your wife. It's your wife." Yes. I said, "Who is that?" And he said, "Well, I guess I'm married really good." Who would any of this be? The wellness coach Jodine. I did have my radio show on Blog Talk before, but Traverse TV, Mindset Money, Life's Milkshake Moments, none of this would have happened, Tom, and Traverse TV without you. So we need each other. We need each other.
Yep. I appreciate that. That's what it all come together. Right? This world is not an island. This island is you and me working together to do good. And that's what this is really all about. You know that. This is my ministry. This is my life, is considered to be the kingdom of heaven and prospering the kingdom of heaven. And that's what all this stuff is all about. And that's why you have fun times with Doherty, Joe, with Dame Doria Cordova, and then you got Denise and Traverse TV and all they're doing. It's amazing that Traverse TV can hand out that much free airtime to a lot of charities out there making a difference in the world. But that's their passion. That is their passion. I don't see other people doing that. I see people, it's all about them. No, it's about all of us. And I'm proud to say that I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that with Jeremy and Jason and you and Dame Dore and Denise Traverse and the list goes. And, we can't even, we talk about Ignite Humanity and we talk about all the stuff that goes on with that. And so we're in this together and we're all a team working together for that cause. So thank you very much. I know our time's about to run out. I don't know how much time you got left on the show.
We've got about 3 minutes. We've got 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
You got 3 minutes.
Wow, amazing. So I can say in 3 minutes, I can tell you right now that you people need to go buy the book. You need to go to Traverse TV. You need to watch the network and get on the platform because there's great content. And with Healthopedia and everything that Jody Baird brings to the network, it's a powerhouse. There's new stuff coming on there daily. There's new people coming on there daily, people that are right now transforming the world all over the place. We've got the concert coming up for Ukraine, the Soul of Ukraine benefit concert, which has got, we've already reaching out to Kelly Clarkson and Akon and Chance the Rapper and Paula, and the list goes on and on and on for an event that's happening in November. So that situation is coming up. I'm also involved in another event shortly, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee, with over 10,000 people and that kind of deal. So between all the stuff that we all have working together, that just gives recognition and glory and honor to God for what's happening on our planet today. And that's humanity. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Always fun. I never know really what to expect. I really sit back and plan nothing a lot of times. I want people to understand that, with flipping the interview and now interviewing you and you not interviewing me, and how we did this was really kind of a fun experience for both of us. But people, listen to me when I tell you this. Listen to me when I tell you this. It's time to get healthy and stay healthy because you're needed on this planet today. It's time to get involved and get active and get up. I mean, because faith without works is dead. It's time to put action in your words and practice what you preach. And preach what you practice. It's time for you to wake up and impact and inspire and connect and transform the lives of the people that you live with every day, because that's what you're in this game for. It's not about me, it's about us. And we need to turn this scenario around in our world today where it's a win-win-win for everybody in the process. And I want to say that explicitly because I know that we're all in it to win it, but we're all in it to win it together. And that's the impact that we're all having together today in our lives, and giving God, I give God the honor, the glory, and the praise, because I'm doing my Father's business. And that's what everything I do circles around. So thank you, Jody. Man, you're amazing. You're on fire. You're doing igniting work. I mean, thank you greatly, man. I'm proud of you. I couldn't say more. I couldn't recommend you more. I couldn't get involved more, because you really are the truth deal for foundational health. Thank you very much for having me on your show. God bless each and every one of you. Keep you safe and protect you and build a hedge around you so that we can all work together more effectively and efficiently for the cause that's in front of us. Thank you very much for having me. And thank you for allowing me to have this time with you. It's always blessed. We're like,
it's just because if we practice, this is from the preacher man, practice what you preach what you practice, because health isn't something you do. I'm working on my health. No, it's what you become along life's journey. Like I said about my husband's and my most recent mold situation, we were health, so we were able to rebound back into health. But when you were talking about the spiritual aspect of human existence, I quote in my book at the end, Leo Buscaglia, the Love Doctor. And he said, we are all spiritual beings in a human existence. See, in that human existence, because you are a healthier you, Tom, you are a healthier person. You can spend all of your health, you can expend it trying to get your wealth. But when you take your wealth and then regain your health at the end, it's not as efficient as if you just mind your health along the way to your best you. That's why it's the 21 days to your best you. Keys to a life of excellence. So check us out on the 20th, the life of the party. We're going to be there from noon to 2. Go ahead and check us out on the 21st, a life of excellence. And I was remiss in saying the Dame Doria will be speaking as well. I left her name out. My apologies, my dear Dame.
You can't leave Dame out, ma'am.
Yeah, and I went ahead and I talked about Buckminster Fuller on the precision event and everything else. What she has done in her work is unparalleled. But what I can say is life is like a milkshake. Why is that important? Because you choose your ingredients wisely. And when you do, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and mind your health as you're building your wealth, your life will be oh so sweet. So I think I'll say that we'll probably be doing this again one day, but for now, right now, this is Tom and Dr. J saying ciao for now.
Ciao for now, baby. Love.